Hey, we're back again. This is an update with the Razer Nari Ultimate. I apologize ahead of time if I'm not as sharp as attack today. I just did 13 hours of snow removal here in Canada, and I feel like I'm being beaten like a dog. So here's the deal. This is important for all of you that want to use these or purchase them. First off, these headphones and the Razer Synapse software that come with it all kind of don't jive well sometimes with Discord and other things. If you're used to plugging in a pair of headphones and away you go, input, output, you're done. This is more involved. This took me with a friend of mine who used to work doing Windows, call center, like help center stuff. Took the two of us 2.5 hours and half a bottle of whiskey to try to solve some of these issues. We uninstalled Razer Synapse 2 or 3 times. I ended up reinstalling it. So the deal is this. This has 3 different outputs, okay? It has Nari Chat, which is mono, Nari Game, which is surround, and the THX. And I think there even may be a THX, another THX thing that shows up in your Microsoft sound control for output, okay? For input, the microphone, it'll say Nari Ultimate Chat, okay? So there's one for that. So what happens is that Windows, Discord, and Razer Synapse don't always play well together. I had an issue where I sounded like a robot. It sounded like a Cylon from Battlestar Galactica. I get constantly, because the headphones are so powerful with the haptic feedback, I constantly get feedback into the microphone for, that threshold thing for talking. What do you want to call it? Automatic, voice control. So I just kept on. My friends were like, "Hey, man, I can hear your game. I can hear your game." Constantly. I can't stand it. I was driving them nuts. So I ended up installing the blue ball eventually, the blue snowball here, and let the automatic, voice control thing take over for that, as opposed to like hitting F or whatever, voice activation. Sorry. So point is that this microphone, not the greatest. If you're in a neighborhood with 2.4 gigahertz everywhere for Wi-Fi, I have a feeling that ends up interfering with the small little dongle here. I wish this was 5 gigahertz. It might as well be at that distance. You don't need 2.4. And just my neighborhood is flooded with Wi-Fi on that frequency. So I had to struggle with that, with basically all 3 aspects of the audio control system. And you can run this without the Razer Synapse software. I found every time I came back for a while, it would seem like it had been reset. THX spatial audio does make a difference, and it is enjoyable for gameplay. You obviously don't need that for, things like, Discord or Title, but I use it. As for the enhancements, keep your haptic feedback low, at least for Modern Warfare. Keep it down to like 30. Sound normalization does make a bit of a difference. Bass boost I keep off normally. I'm going to turn that back off again because this has more than ample bass. Voice clarity not necessary. As for the microphone, if you start turning on voice normalization, ambient noise reduction, vocal clarity, blah, 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 it'll turn your voice to sound like a robot, okay? Now, this is all fine for you just want to tell somebody off in a game and add your stupid 2 cents in between rounds. But if you're using Discord and you're chatting with people for hours on end, it becomes a hindrance. So that's why I switched to the blue ball here, because it just seems to work way better. They were so happy they went back to it because all they could do is hear me gaming. I fiddled with the threshold for Discord and what have you, and it still didn't help. It was really confusing. honestly, for your enjoyment pleasure, you're just better off getting a USB wired set of headphones and hooking it up to this thing and just enjoying the sound. You know, it's, if you're not talking to anybody, great. These are fantastic headphones. The audio quality is excellent. It has made a difference in my gameplay. You know, I'm going to say probably a 20% boost just from listening to footsteps come around the corners and stuff like this. And it is nice. You know, there is a more immersive environment than I had on my Corsair 1500s, which were fantastic. But those Corsair 1500s also had a far better microphone. So setting it up, a little bit of hassle. Maybe it's just me. I don't normally run into hassles, but I found, like I said, test these things out, find out which headset isolates the microphone from the earpiece, the drivers here, because that vibration moves up that stiff arm and then activates that mic, and people just end up listening to game all the time, and we all know everybody hates that. All right, just some thoughts. Bye.